the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As a reminder to the public, if you wish to speak on an agenda item tonight, you must first raise your hand and be recognized by the chair. Upon being recognized, please state your name and address. On all agenda items, except for open forum, each member of the public wishing to speak on a topic will be allowed to speak one time each for a period of up to 3 minutes. Speakers should direct comments to the board, not to the audience. Speakers shall not disrupt the proceedings of the public body nor speak out of turn. That will bring us to agenda item number 1, which is report from fire and rescue.
This month we've had 9 rescue calls, 1 fire and 2 fire accidents. For rescue training, we did a rescue shooting and tabletop scenarios. Fire training, we did reading smoke. That's all I have.
Anybody have any questions? Moving on. Discuss action updates on the new fire and rescue station facility.
They had a call, you might want to table this one.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying.
Luke says he's.
Oh, you don't have nothing?
Nothing new.
Well, nothing new is they did start advertising last week on the 11th, so it is in the newspaper for bids. January 15th, I think, was the date, their bid opening date. So we meet with them. I'm going to meet with Luke and Scott Friday. We're going to talk about. We're going to meet with Kidwell about door alarms and insurance. So that's where we're at on that.
Moving on then. Item number 3, open forum. Okay, so there's items that are not on the agenda and would not cost the taxpayer any money. Anybody have anything for open forum? Seeing none, moving on to item number 4. Approve appointment of Planning Commission, Board of Adjustments, Board of Appeals, Parks and Recs Commission, and Eagle Facility and Grounds Association.
Okay, if you look at your packet there, you have the Planning Commission organization. We have Travis Moore, Terry Skokon, and Austin Beck, whose terms were expiring. Let's see, Travis and Terry have both are willing to serve another term, and then Austin is not. So that leaves Marcus with 1. Let's see, where are you missing? You're 1 regular member vacancy and 1 alternate vacancy.
I got Jeremiah up here. He lives at 625 South 2nd Street here in town. Be the permanent position.
Is that your nomination for?
That would be my nomination.
Maybe any questions for Jeremiah while he's here?
Is Jeremiah the one that helped us on
Yep.
Saturday?
Yep.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, keep the other 2 on.
Good.
So you'll still have 1 alternate position at some point if
Yeah.
anybody's
If anybody else wants to join.
interested in that. Just make some notes here quick.
What's your last name, Jeremiah?
Board of Adjustments, there were 2 openings. Mike Nesper and Terry Caddy, they both are willing to serve another term. There's also a vacant alternate that's been vacant for quite some time. You gonna recommend reappointment on both of them?
Recommend keep both them on there.
Board of Appeals, there was just 1, Ken Musel. He's willing to serve another term. He's the plumbing contractor on that board.
Recommend keeping him on there also. He's done a good job.
I want to point out that dark green on there does not work very well. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, your light in here is fine, but if you get normal lighting, it does not show.
Looks like nothing's there. Park and Rec, they're renewed every year. As far as I know, Liz, Amber, and Derek are all still good to go.
As far as I know.
I haven't heard otherwise, so.
Keep that the same then.
EFGA is the last one. Marcus will move into the president role, so that'll leave. You need to nominate another board member, a second board member to be on that committee. Terry's still up for it. Keep her on there.
Absolutely.
Nominate Terry. Todd?
So from there, I just ask for a motion to approve this slate of appointments.
Can I get a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve all,
Yeah.
all the slate of nominations and continuations on the boards.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any other discussion?
Seeing none, call the roll, please. Voting on the motion second, approve the slate of appointments to the Planning Commission, Board of Adjustment, Board of Appeals, Park and Rec, and Eagle Facilities and Grounds Association. Voting on that, Dan,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Moving on to item number 5, resolution 2025-15, authorizing order and certifying a date for the recall election of a trustee, Terry Todd.
Motion to introduce.
They told me to say
Can I get a
So
motion
moved.
introduced? Second?
Are you the second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Voting on the motion second to introduce resolution 2515. John,
Yes.
Terry,
abstain.
Dan,
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Motion carried. Resolution 2515 is a resolution of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Eagle, Nebraska, authorizing, ordering, and certifying a date for recall election of trustee Terry Todd. Whereas a petition has been filed with the Election Commission of Cass County, Nebraska, requesting the recall of Terry, Board of Trustee of the Village of Eagle, Nebraska. And whereas according to a letter received from the County Clerk of Cass County, Nebraska on November 26, 2025, the circulated petition seeking the removal of Terry has been found to be valid. And whereas pursuant to Nebraska Revised Statute 32-1306, the governing body of the Village of Eagle, Nebraska shall, within 21 days after receipt of notification from the filing clerk, order an election on the first available date that complies with the Revised Statute 32405, and it can be certified to the county clerk at least 50 days prior to the election. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the Village of Eagle, the governing body of the Village of Eagle does hereby order a recall election of trustee Terry to be held on Tuesday, February 10th, 2026.
Anybody have any questions?
Motion to adopt resolution 2025-15.
Second.
Further discussion? Voting on the motion second to adopt resolution 2515. Dan,
Yes.
Terry,
Abstain.
John,
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Moving on to item number 6, discuss possible action resolution 2025 approving the quiz of temporary construction easement along F Street from 4th to 6th Street as part of the Street Improvement District 2025-2 and Sidewalk Improvement District 2025-1. Can I get a motion to introduce?
Motion to introduce resolution 2025-16.
I'll second.
Further discussion? Voting on the motion second to introduce resolution 2516. Terry,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Motion carried. Resolution 2025-16, whereas the Village of Eagle is undertaking Street Improvement District 2025-2 and Sidewalk Improvement District 25-1, which includes street, stormwater, guttering, and sidewalk improvements on F Street from 4th to 6th Streets and adjacent thereto. Whereas certain temporary construction easements from adjacent property owners are required to adequately repair the area and construct the necessary improvements. The use of the property will not be permanent, but may require ingress and egress for the demolition of current improvements, preparation and grading, and installation of the new storm sewer paving and sidewalk improvements. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Trustees as follows. The findings here and above made should be and are hereby made a part of this resolution as fully as set out at length herein. The temporary construction easements be obtained from the property owners adjacent to the improvements as set forth in the attached exhibits, which there's a number of those. And the village clerk, engineer, and village attorney have the authority to facilitate the acquisition of easements in order to proceed with the project.
Questions or comments? If not, can I get a motion to adopt resolution 2025-16?
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion on that? Voting on the motion second to adopt resolution 2516. Dan,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Discuss possible action. Moving on to item number 7, discuss possible action, first reading of ordinance 2025-1, amending chapter 10, article 1, section 10-117 of the Eagle Municipal Code, as the same relates to the hours of sales of alcohol beverages within the city, within the village of Eagle corporate limits.
Motion to introduce ordinance 2025-12.
Second.
Discussion? Voting on the motion second to introduce ordinance 25-12. Voting, John,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 25-12 is an ordinance of the Village of Eagle to amend Chapter 10, Article 1, Section 10-117 of the Municipal Code, as the same relates to the hours of sale of alcoholic beverages within the village's corporate limits. To repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith, to provide for the severability of any section, clause, provision, or portion found unconstitutional or invalid, to provide that this ordinance shall be published and shall be in full force and take effect from and after its passage and approval as provided by law and as provided herein. And to provide that the provisions of this ordinance shall become and be made a part of the municipal code of the Village of Eagle, and the sections of this ordinance may be renumbered to accomplish such intention. Essentially what we had a request come in from a business owner. What we're looking to do is alcoholic liquors, except beer and wine, off sale will be moved from 1 a.m. up to, to 2 a.m., which is within statute, of course. What else do we change? And Sundays off sale will be 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. the following day. On sale will be 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. the following day, and then beer and wine will move to 2 a.m. for off sale Monday through Sunday.
Any questions or comments on this? If not, can I get a motion to approve? Ordinance 2025-12.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 2025-12.
Point of order, we're in the first reading, so we cannot approve the ordinance itself.
Just accept the first reading.
Accept
Is that
the first
okay, Terry?
reading.
Yep.
Okay. Second on that?
Second.
Okay. Discussion. Voting on the motion second to accept the first reading of ordinance 25-12. Terry,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Let's get a, can I get a motion to suspend the rule of 3 readings?
I will make a motion to suspend the three readings of ordinance 2025-12.
I'll second.
Discussion. Voting on the motion second to suspend the rules of 3 consecutive readings of ordinance 25-12. Terry,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Motion carried. And finally, is there a motion to adopt ordinance 25-12?
I will make a motion to adopt ordinance 25-12.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Voting on the motion second to adopt ordinance 25-12. Dan,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Motion carried.
On to item number 8, discuss possible action considering a snow removal procedure and equipment. We had a couple people kind of comment about how the snow was moved down Main Street and having to remove it and stuff like that. I guess in past years, they've moved a lot of that snow to the elevator corner onto the grass area up there. So I was gonna discuss about possibly doing that again and gauge you guys' interest on pursuing maybe one of these snow pushers that would allow, that would hook onto the backhoe and it would allow them to push a lot more snow at a time. And I think it would work quite a bit more efficient. I've never used one of these, but everybody I've talked to seems to love them. I don't know, Dan, if you have any experience with them.
So CC Contracting has 3 of them, and anymore, that's the way everything is so much faster.
You know, it's kind of leaning towards they sell them in different sizes, but I was kind of leaning towards a 12-footer. These are just some examples. I don't know. These aren't necessarily ones that would fit on our backhoe, but just so you have an idea on what they look like and kind of a price range. They might be up to $6,000 or $1,000, but we'd have to get some prices together. But I just wanted to know if we should pursue it and spend time to look for it. Any thoughts on that, everybody?
Dan, you know a lot about snow fishing.
And also,
There's
whether
several
or not
different
we put up
designs.
there.
It's like these here, depending on who's running it, sometimes you get too much down pressure on them. They actually make ones that float.
Yep.
And I know the ones that I've used, actually they walk and they'll go right over the high-low spots and stuff. So if you catch a high spot with one of these, it can really gouge. But
And for what it's worth, I'm not, I've never used one. I'm not going to use it. For what it's worth, the maintenance guy, I guess, that we'll have left says he thinks he can accomplish the same thing with the plow. They just have never done it that way. I mean, maybe a little different. I don't know if they'll use it.
That's how they've done it in the past with just a plow, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Depending
it's a lot
on that-
more efficient because there's no wings on it.
probably, 50 to 60% of the time that probably will work. But for the time that we have 8 to 10 inches of snow, he's going to be on Main Street a long time after you windrow to the center, trying to push it off to the edge of the V-plow.
You just keep pushing it from one side of the blade to the other, just moving a couple feet
Yeah.
at a time.
I
So
don't know
this
anything- I don't know
would
anything
make it a
about
lot
it.
faster if we ever got to that point.
Yeah.
And they make them for skid loaders, as well. And if we got a little bit bigger skid loader, you could put it on that as well too.
And the other thing is whether or not to continue or to change back to the way we were to start pushing the snow back up there rather than just pushing it to the curbs where, like on Main Street, there's just sidewalks, so that really we're not even pushing it through grass. And then the next block over, the sidewalk's only 4 feet from us. So you get any snow, you're basically just pushing it up on the sidewalk. Then you get a windrow to try to clean off.
That part probably needs to happen regardless.
Yeah. So.
Oh, we got any idea what sizes you're really gonna have, since you say these are just example?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the 12-foot wide one. They make them any size. They make them from 5 to 16 feet. I think a 12 would be sufficient enough, but not too big where you gotta worry about hitting cars and stuff like that. That way you can maneuver into decent places. I think if we went any wider, we'd have to worry about that.
12 is probably a plenty for what we would do.
Yeah, I think it's more of the most common one too.
If we were doing parking lots, that'd be different like what they do, but yeah, 12 is probably plenty.
Are you gonna be able to use that where they have parking on both sides of the street?
12 feet, yeah.
Yeah.
Our plow that's on the front of the truck, the Freightliner, I'm pretty sure that's a 12-footer on there.
Yeah, as long as you guys think they'll get used. I don't know how often they even use the backhoe at all.
It's at least a 10. But
I tell you, when I was working on site, we would stack snow with the backhoe on the second or third day. That second day is when we clean Main Street. Take a skid loader and backhoe and push it over north and stack it over on the edge of the co-op ground.
that was my question: is that still okay? I mean, can we technically do that? I mean, we're stacking our snow on their property.
Partly on their property, partly on the the,
Right away.
right away, yeah.
We can call them or talk to them.
I just don't wanna get ourselves into,
I was one of my thoughts too, to make sure it's still all right to do it.
make sure
again.
it's, it's
They're
better to
usually
ask.
pretty laid back there, but we can make sure.
It's not a problem, but I don't foresee the co-op being there for a whole lot longer anyway.
Yeah, we can ask them.
Make sure we okay with them before we start doing it.
I think the biggest question is if you guys want Marcus to get formal bids, and it don't have to be somebody we have an account with, or these guys, I guess, we went on, online, they're not gonna
Yeah.
charge tax, so depends where you go, I guess.
I'm all for it if you know more about it than we do.
Yeah, I can get Brett some.
I can get a couple bids too, Marcus, I know for the CC buys theirs.
Okay.
They're out of Kansas.
Perfect.
You guys have plenty of time in the next week or two if you guys wanna send me over.
Okay.
Next meeting's
Sounds
not
good.
till
Can you do
January
that?
6th, I don't think so.
So are we wanting one for the backhoe or the skid loader?
I'm
Or should we
thinking
get a bid for both?
we could get a bid for both, but I'm thinking more at the backhoe and just using that one, because it weighs a lot more, so those heavier snows will be able to push more with it. And just keep the blades on the other stuff. I mean,
The skid loader push a
You
lot.
might have had a question.
Like you guys were discussing about snow removal.
Yep.
Just curious, did you guys end up buying equipment specifically for removing the snow off the sidewalks? And when I was on the board, I know John and Nick and I, and maybe Dan, I don't remember, had like a map of all the village-owned property sidewalks, so that employees knew what was the village's responsibility for them. I just was curious.
We did get a smaller snow blower that's easier for a person to pick up out of a pickup than that great big one we have.
Yeah, I know at one point too, you could talk about buying an attachment for the actual.
And for the skid, we talked about the skid loader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we tried that, and then we really rutted up
So on the soft, when they're in soft, the skid loader just tracks the heck out of the edge of the sidewalk. So
I just was curious, I just was on the agenda, I'd ask.
anything else? Moving on, item number 9, report on street maintenance.
I did not get a report this month, a formal report. So Terry, you look at timesheets, you got anything big? So,
Nothing on streets.
moving snow and nothing too crazy, I don't think.
I did inform CC Contracting that we'll be losing a guy and that they might be needed more.
Anything else? Moving on, item number 10, report on wells and sewer.
Well, and I think it's been reported before, but last month maybe, or last meeting, the water system out west is 100%. The booster station is hooked up, runnable, and probably will start being used at some point next summer because it appears there's about 20% of the acreage is sold now. So
Really?
if that happens, I predict that there'll be 4 or 5 more sold by the end of the summer. So there should be some new houses coming up this summer.
Did that hydrant ever get fixed, that one that was
Not that I
leaking?
know of. But until we have to pay our share, it's not the issue.
Yep.
But it needs to be fixed before then.
Which hydrant is that?
There's one in
Clear
there.
out to the west of Eagles Landing, the very last one against the fence. And the only time it leaks is when we turn the valve on to use it.
I just had people ask about the ones over by us, like on the gauge, across the street on the second, it's still back, so on the north side.
They are still bagged? Oh, well, if they are, they probably shouldn't be.
Check on it at home, but
Okay.
somebody copied the other day, just asked if I knew anything about it.
I thought they took the bags off. Maybe they forgot a couple.
Yeah, because they supposedly flushed all of them.
It should be good to go.
The pressure's variable unless the booster pump's running, but yeah.
I'll make a note of that.
Anything else? Seeing none, moving on to item number 11. Discuss possible action, approve or deny minutes as typed on previous meetings.
Make a motion to approve minutes as typed.
Second.
Discussion? Voting to approve the minutes as typed. John,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Moving on, item number 12, report from committees and boards.
Well, Jeremiah's new to the planning commission, so I'll get with you at some point and get you what you need.
Binder.
Yeah, probably won't be too long. I'm still waiting on those binders. Yeah, gotta wait for Rick to clean a couple things up, so I'll get with him again. I don't wanna give anybody wrong information, so.
Does Austin have the man,
Not the new one. He'd have an old one that we should probably try to get back, but. Otherwise, I don't know a whole lot going on quite yet.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Say anything on parks or no?
No, we're just 26 planning right now, so more to come.
I was gonna ask how our fence is coming in down there by the pool there for the ball field.
I think that's done,
Is it all done?
I
isn't it?
forget who it was that asked me about, or told me about behind the dugouts. There's,
You?
yeah.
Bryce, somebody.
Bryce, that's right. We
Bryce.
were talking about it. How they might want to check to see once if they were going to do anything, or if we need to do anything about doing a small retaining wall so that dirt doesn't wash behind it. They just dug down to make it flat, and there's just dirt there, so it's gonna hard rain. It's gonna wash out. I haven't had time to look
I
at it
haven't looked
yet.
at it either. Have you seen it yet, Terry?
yeah, it's a 2 to 3 vertical cut of dirt. I don't know, 2 or 3 foot away from the fence.
Okay, so it's a little bit. Gives us a little time then. Something to look at. Anything else? Seeing none, moving on to item number 13, discuss possible action accepting the resignation of Adam Johns from his position as Public Works number 3 with the Village of Eagle.
Motion that we accept the resignation of Adam Johns.
Second, I believe the 19th.
Friday will be his last day.
Friday.
Yeah.
Hate to have him go.
Yeah.
We have to accept it?
Well, I think he's gonna leave regardless. Any discussion on that? Otherwise, voting on accepting the resignation of Adam Johns, fellow Village 3 of the Village of Eagle. Terry,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item number 14, discuss possible action, consider options for vacancy full-time public works position.
Well, I was looking at the calendar, and the second meeting in December last year, we were doing the same thing, so. Well, Mike left, so it's kind of, here we go. Last time, we obviously advertised in the usual 3 places. We can always start with those if you guys are ready to advertise, you know. Facebook, website, Indeed, all 3 places around town.
How about the voice? Because I do see one
You
once in a
can.
while, you know,
Yeah.
in the business section. I've seen 3 or 4 communities have one.
Yeah. We've actually gotten employees from the Voice in the past.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. We have, yeah. People are looking for the job in this field, that's where they look typically. Those are free for members, so. And, you know, you just wanna put the feelers out. I mean, last time we asked for a sewer guy within 6 months, you know, Adam did get that, but then. I mean, you wanna shoot for that same kind of thing? Are we looking for mostly a sewer guy, or what do we? You wanna kinda look the same way we did with Adam, or want a sewer more than anything?
Take what we can get.
Well,
You
maybe.
have to
just
realize
take what
though,
we
it's not
can get.
strictly sewer, this is maintenance
Yeah.
all the way across the board.
Do you want to put a time limit on the obtaining a license again?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Like 6 months again, or?
6 months worked pretty good.
Yeah.
If they're serious.
Yeah, gotta move pretty quick.
I agree.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's all I know.
7:31. End of meeting. It's gonna be hard to beat.
Okay.
Someday.
Do you have lots of stuff for you to sign? Minutes?